I absolutely cannot believe this. We get into this crazy story that had one of the Dodgers' biggest players on one of their biggest rivals. This is an absolutely crazy story. We get into exactly what that is in this edition of Dodgers Digest. Hey, it's Mike Nelson. Hopefully everybody's having a great day today. Make sure to subscribe to the fastest growing Dodgers channel on YouTube, and honestly, the best channel. But let's get right into the story. You know, Mookie Betts, as we know, is a Dodgers legend, right? I mean, he is a Dodgers legend. There's no doubt about it. He's already won a couple World Series for us. You know, of course, also won a World Series, unfortunately, with the Red Sox. But Mookie Betts is already a Dodgers legend. He's a baseball legend. He's a future Hall of Famer. But it's kind of crazy to think about, you know, the beginning of Mookie Betts' career, right? Where this guy started his career was obviously with the Red Sox, but he made some interesting, you know, comments on a podcast just a few days ago talking about he could have been on the San Diego Padres. You got to be kidding me, right? Mookie Betts could have been with the San Diego Padres. This is honestly a crazy story that's going to make Padre fans even more pissed off at us and hate us even more, because this is honestly kind of crazy. Dodgers star Mookie Betts reveals he thought he would play for the Padres. This is crazy. I mean, come on, Mookie Betts with San Diego. I mean, this is crazy. So, however, before the Reds, this is of course an article that was posted today on Sports Illustrated. However, before the Red Sox ever got a hold of Betts, the Padres were heavily interested in drafting him out of high school in the 2011 MLB draft. I mean, if they were interested in this guy and they didn't draft him, I don't know what they were thinking. And this is what Mookie Betts said. He said, you know what's crazy is that the Padres were actually the team that was most in on me. This is, of course, what he told on a recent episode of his podcast with Padres star Jackson Merrill. I mean, this is crazy. The Padres interested in Mookie Betts and they don't draft him. He says, I will never forget, I remember thinking I was going to be a Padre, and I remember the scout. He even remembers the scout back from his high school days. He says, I remember everything about it. I remember multiple days meeting this guy. I mean, I remember just having a special workout, just hitting, BP. I'm like, I'm Padres. That's just absolutely crazy. And he says, of course, come draft day, you know how things change. It's wild. But I feel like, you know, with the Red Sox, he's all right. Of course, it worked out. Yeah, I mean, it definitely worked out with the Red Sox. He won a World Series, although they kind of cheated, but still won the World Series against the Dodgers. And, of course, we know the rest is history coming to L.A. after that. And you know what he's done with the Dodgers. Hopefully going to spend the rest of his career as a Dodger, right? I mean, everybody's got to agree with that. We don't want Mookie Betts going anywhere. This guy is going to stay with the Dodgers the rest of his career. A Dodgers legend. But come on. The San Diego Padres really screwed up here. I mean, this just shows what kind of franchise this team really is. I mean, we got to keep rubbing it in because the Padres keep somehow thinking that they're the same level with us. I mean, you talk to Padre fans, you talk to people in San Diego, they keep thinking that somehow the Dodgers and Padres are like this equal rivalry and we're like both competing and we're like both in the same boat. It just keeps, for some reason, the media and a lot of people in San Diego keep somehow building us like we're somehow at the equal level, and we aren't. I mean, the Padres are clearly below the Dodgers in every sense. They've never won a World Series, and it seems like they can't draft the right players. Because, think about it, them drafting Mookie Betts would have been a game changer, right? I mean, right now, they would potentially have a better team than the Dodgers, right? I mean, with the guys that they got, and then you add Mookie Betts, I mean, they would be in a much better position right now. And they didn't draft him. So the Red Sox get him, which the Red Sox, I think, don't regret drafting Mookie. I think that was the right decision for them. But for the Padres, this is just honestly another bad, moment in their, I wouldn't call it, in their, ridiculous franchise history. The joke of a franchise that the Padres are. I mean, that's exactly what this team is. A team that is continually, has dropped the ball on many situations that, they've had a bad ownership. They dropped the ball on Roki Sasaki, as we know. I mean, they had a good shot again. I'm sure Sasaki was considering the Padres, right? We were talking about that here on the channel for months. We even said Roki prefers San Diego over LA to play with Yu Darvish. And the Padres somehow screwed that up. Well, they screwed up this also with Mookie Betts. So, come on. I've said this. I think I said this on the morning show with Brad last week. I mean, I really don't know if we have a rivalry with San Diego. I mean, I think this is honestly something that's recent, that's been building up because of the media. They want to build up this rivalry, whatever. But to say, I mean, look at what we did last week. I mean, we were at half strength, and we still beat San Diego 2 out of 3. I mean, come on. Next week, we got San Diego for 4 games, and I think I like the chances of the Dodgers taking care of business again because San Diego really blew it last week. It's a series that I think we're going to look back upon when the season is set and done, and we start talking about, when we talk about the usual, San Diego not winning the division, losing in the wild card round, losing in the NLDS. I mean, that's normally what happens to the Padres, and I see that once again happening to them this year. And we're going to look back at this series in June when they had a golden opportunity to beat the Dodgers when they had them at home. I mean, they were playing in San Diego, and they completely blew it. They lost 2 out of 3. The Dodgers, with all their problems, blew it. I mean, the Dodgers, all their problems, took care of business, and San Diego just blew it, right? But, we got to, think about what's going on, of course, right now. Let's go to this next topic here. The Dodgers lost last night against the Giants, 6-2. The Giants are in first place right now. That's like the worst thing you could think about on June 14th, 2025. The Giants are in first place. That is not what we want to hear. And tonight, the Dodgers have a massive game out in Dodger Stadium, and they got to take care of business, right? Last night was a rough night for Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Gave up 6 hits in a little over 4 innings, got out in the 5th, gave up 5 runs. And Wrobleski came in, and, what I like about yesterday, we only used 2 pitchers, right? We only used 2 pitchers. Wrobleski looked pretty good, gave up 4 hits, gave up a run, but he was solid, and he stayed in the game, closed it out. Of course, Dodgers lost 6-2. But, I mean, the important thing here is that we did not use a lot of pitchers because the Dodgers are so taxed. But the big story last night was the offense, right? I mean, Ohtani goes 0 for 4. Mookie Betts goes 0 for 2 with a couple walks. Freddie goes 0 for 4. That just can't happen. Right there, the top 3 guys getting no hits. That's the story. End of game, end of ball game. If that happens again, we lose tonight. I mean, the Dodgers really were shut down offensively. The Giants pitched well, which is what the Giants have been doing so far this year, right? They've been pitching good. They haven't been scoring a lot of runs, although, the Dodgers, they scored 6 yesterday, which is not normal for the Giants when they're playing good teams. But Yamamoto just wasn't good enough yesterday, right? We didn't get the best version of Yamamoto again. Of course, his last start against St. Louis was good, but we've been seeing kind of some rough starts from Yoshinobu Yamamoto, which is honestly concerning. Just hoping this guy is at 100% because he did not look good yesterday at Dodger Stadium against the Giants. But tonight, we got to get Clayton Kershaw. We got to be behind Kershaw tonight. Hopefully, he can get a good start. He's 1-0, got his first win in his last start, so hopefully he can get the job done tonight against the Giants because he really got to win this series, right? We don't want to lose this series. This is a massive game for the Dodgers tonight. I'm going to be watching. Hopefully, you're going to the stadium. I wish I was at the game tonight. I wish I was there tonight, but I'll be watching on TV and definitely rooting for the boys in blue. As always, let's go Dodgers. Make sure to subscribe. And yeah, let's go Dodgers. Woo!